Previously on Trails Beyond the Horizon, the party managed to buy some rare equipment at the Sharding auction. The final item was a bootleg Genesis, where the seller, Rosalie, beat up the auctioneer and stole the very item she was selling, all while dressed as Grim Cat. When the party caught up to her, she turned out to be working for Ouroboros, and she fought alongside Campanella and a new enforcer. Afterwards, Campanella declared that the third stage of the Orpheus final plan would take place in Calvard. Only Kevin's route. Too hot for a picnic. Wait, we're going all the way. Wait, Grensel? Or is someone traveling from Grensel? July 9th, 12:09 to 10 p.m.
Unbelievable. I finally get a chance to visit Liberl and Elsheim, and I can't even try any of the food? You could have at least let me buy a few souvenirs.
Well, unfortunately, we were running short on time. Now, if we had been traveling through Crossbell or Longport, it would have been a different story. But alas.
Personally, I'm glad we're making haste. Just to steer clear of trouble, you know? Can't say I ever imagined us entering the city like this, though.
Travel by car is the optimal method of transportation in the Republic, especially if we wish to remain undetected. A truth Dingo taught me, as a matter of fact.
Huh, that's so.
Oh? Were you familiar with them as well?
That I was. Used to work some under-the-table jobs with him, actually. He was the one who introduced me to Arkride. We got along pretty well, I'd say, on account of us being the same age and all. Heck, we even shared a few drinks together. Heard about what happened to him last November, though. That some folks have spent the better part of the year dealing with what he left behind.
Unfortunately, yes.
Seeing as I was never directly involved in the situation, I'll refrain from speaking on it.
Well, anyway, what really matters is that everything turned out all right in the end. And that Lapis is finally back to normal. Oh, that reminds me, actually. You mentioned yesterday you got a new body or something?
I was considering going back to my old one at first, but... Well, after transferring over to Marduk, Jorg recommended I switch to a new body with all the latest tech.
Apparently, the Meister has connections with a few of Marduk's financial backers. Either way, as I've heard it told, this new body of hers was built to simulate her previous one, albeit with a slightly matured appearance.
Which is why I feel right at home in this thing. But the best part of all is that I'll be able to get updates in the future. I can't really do much with it until it's been properly optimized, of course. But I'll be able to eat my body weight in food in the meantime.
Is that an excuse to make her into a BLTZ only unit?
I think you said something about your palate sensors being more accurate now too, right? That things must taste like a real dream. Sure reminds me of someone else I know. Aren't you worried about what all that eating's gonna do to your friend's wallet, though?
Well, I'm open to financial contributions, if you're so concerned.
Oh, wow! It almost looks like there's a bunch of smoke out there. And is it just me, or is everything swaying?
Oh yeah, that right there is a sandstorm. Heard this region gets a whole bunch of them at the start of spring. And all that swaying, you see? That's called a heat haze. They're a pretty common sight in deserts, especially during the summer.
According to local weather reports, sandstorms have been occurring more frequently than usual this year. Fortunately, however, they've been confined to areas outside of the city and... Oh.
There it is!
Oh, so that's the famous 6-star hotel, huh?
Indeed it is. Situated within the city's entertainment district, as opposed to its cultural district. It seems we've finally arrived at our destination, Tharbad.
I can't wait to see what their food is like. I've heard it's simply delectable.
So those kids you mentioned should be there already, right?
Correct. And whether or not you find them suitable for the job, I leave to your discretion.
Too hot for a picnic?
That Etwas must be them.
Oh my gosh! It's LP! Hey! Over here! Swin! Nadia!
So, it was Pigtails and the pretty boy you were talking about, huh? Heard they were just little kids back during the Retributive Tower incident.
Well, they certainly aren't anymore. Anyway, let's park our car first, shall we?
Nadia! Swin! I can't believe this! You look amazing, LP! Your other body was great too, of course. But this is something else! You look all grown up! Hold your horses, Nadia! I can't breathe!
Can you blame her? You were a shard body for ages. You look great, Lapis. We'll need to make sure to thank Jorg when we see him next.
Thank you, Gosh, Nadia, enough already! What? Oh, I see. Grown-ups don't do hugs, huh? Come on, don't do this to me, LP. If I don't get affection, I'll die!
Do you even hear yourself right now?
I'm pleased to see you're both in good health. I'll assume your homecoming was a good one then?
It was, yeah. Actually got a chance to work through some stuff while we were there, too.
And I'm glad we did. We also got to tell everyone about what happened to my brother. By the way, boss, did you pick out these clothes? Don't tell me this is what you're into.
As is expected of an attendant, I simply chose garments that seemed to best suit my master. And I'll refrain from rising to the bait, thank you.
Rufus and I picked this one out together. It's lovely, don't you think?
Can't say I disagree. By the way, he the guy you mentioned?
Kevin Graham. Just your regular old traveling priest. I've heard a lot about you two. Not just from Rufus, but from Arkride and Wazzy too. And basically everyone in Crossbell.
Guess we really get around, don't we?
We've heard about you too. Like how you're the onion from Gehenna.
Yeah, exact. Wait, I am not an onion!
I'm Swin Abel, and she's Nadia Rean. Glad to hear you know Van already. Makes things easier for us.
So, I know you probably want to get right down to business, but personally, I think we should have a little fun first. Fun?
You see, I had the two of them make a reservation for us ahead of time. It's been quite a while since we've been together in one place, after all. So I thought, why not take some time to enjoy ourselves at the Al-Jumeirah?
Really need to go to the casino. Now I have more party members, I need to grind more accessories. This place was a dungeon before. We're gonna have to fight here again?
Here I go, LP! Hiya! Not fair, Nadia! Ah!
Don't worry, I got this, Lapis.
Hey, Az! No need to be a jerk!
Don't want to hear that from you!
Can't say I ever expected the reservations at a luxury hotel, Rufus. But considering you used to be a big shot nobleman, I'm guessing stuff like this is just your normal everyday, huh? I was never very fond of flying my wealth, honestly. This kind of extravagance is just as new to me as it apparently is to you. I must say, however, given the nature of your missions in the past, I also assume you spent your fair share of time in the lap of luxury. Well, I can't exactly say you're wrong, but it's definitely been a while. Got a loudmouth on my hands that sort of gets in the way, you know? Lapis actually kind of reminds me of. I see being the fifth comes with its own set of struggles. But wait, speaking of the Growler, I've heard the church has been paying particular attention to your airships of late. Man, I can't let my guard down around you for one sec, can I? Guessing that means you know all the details then. You know about why I made that request. You flatter me. More importantly, however, you know as well as I do that my back is against the wall here, Kevin. And coupled with my status as a dead man, well, I'd say it makes me rather expendable, wouldn't you agree? Sheesh, you make me sound like a villain, why don't you? Though I guess it's nice to know I have the option.
Rufus! Kevin! Aren't you going to join us? You should. Still need to give Boss the old what for, after all. Then, I think I'll inflict some divine punishment on this no-good onion priest for ignoring that childhood friend of his.
When the heck did I become the... Wait, you know about her?
Anyway, can you two please help me babysit?
How rude! I am an adult, I'll have you know. Talk smack all you want, but I know you can't take your eyes off me right now.
Huh? Well, of course I can't.
Huh? Oh, Nadia, your face looks like a tomato.
I must say, it's rather refreshing to see Nadia so flustered for once.
I am not flustered. I mean, it's simply a fact of life that we're a super lovey-dovey couple.
For what it's worth, I wasn't trying to fluster her. Though I won't deny that we are a lovey-dovey couple.
S, you really have to stop doing that!
All right. Guess there's no harm in joining in. Let's split into teams, and whoever loses has to treat the winners to ice cream.
Boo! I deserve to be treated to ice cream regardless of whether I win or lose.
What? Why?
Gosh, such a princess.
We should probably teach her about the concept of humility someday, huh?
Yes. Someday.
Since when were you such a softie?
This is delicious, and the cream's so rich and sweet and rich. Is it yogurt maybe? Maybe something general, yet sour. Well, whatever it is, it does an absolutely amazing job at tying all these flavors together. Apparently it's made from both camel's milk and fresh cacao. Van told us it's got his very own seal of approval. And look at how classy it is, especially with all that pomegranate and those pistachios. When we mentioned we'd be visiting Tharbad, Van wouldn't stop bugging us about coming here. Said we needed to report back on our experience. And help him with his blog, huh? So make sure you shoot him a message later, alright? Oh, that reminds me, maybe I should send a few pics to Aggie and Nearest too, just to brag a little, you know? Seconds, please. You're not ready. Sheesh, those people in the back pedal, they're all into making that thing, and you just scarf it down. Ever heard of savoring its flavors? Actually, I believe that's exactly what she's doing. Perhaps even more so than the average gourmet. Although it may look as if she's simply gorging herself, she's actually focusing the entirety of her processing power into the act of consumption. Huh, I guess there really isn't anything rude about... Wait, what the heck is Rosenberg even doing with this technology? Thank you. LP, look over here. I want to send a photo to Aggie real quick. To Anya's? Good idea. But I'm not stuck being the sole voice of reason for once. Nihon, isn't it about time you told us what's going on? Right. Oh yeah, Rufus mentioned you were here for business. And whatever that business is, you must want our help with it, huh? Truth be told, I've yet to hear any solid details about the situation myself. However, I assume that's only because he has so far been unable to speak on it. Got in one. Trust me when I say I've got my reasons, alright? That also means I'm going to avoid making any definitive statements about the future, at least until we know exactly what the situation is. Well, can't really say this will be a first for us, but... True, we've definitely dealt with our fair share of super secret for SPGs in the past, though the ones giving them out were usually pretty sketch. But considering this is coming from a Dominion, I guess I don't need to be too worried. Wait, sorry, I didn't quite catch all that. Dominions are the ones at the top of the Gralsware hierarchy, right? Like Celise or Gaius. Oh, and Berger at one point. I am. Consistently surprised by our connections, but yes, you're right. Which means that, as the fifth, I can make sure you're paid handsomely for any and all aid you're willing to offer.
That being said, though, Swin, Nadia, think you'd mind heading off to do your own thing for a bit?
Huh?
What do you...
I'll pay for all your expenses, of course. Feel free to do some sightseeing, enjoy the local cuisine, whatever you want. I mean, don't you dream of living that lazy life? You could just chill and...
Keeping something important from your clients, huh?
Now hold on!
What are you trying to say? You want to cut us loose or something?
Boss? What's this all about?
So you two knew about this, did you?
I promise we're not trying to exclude you guys or anything. It's just that, well, I felt bad about forcing you to come along.
We know full well the path you two have walked. We simply wish to be more respectful of your feelings going forward. All that to say, this is your choice to make. Well, actually, it's Father Kevin's, but I digress.
Wait.
Is this about our oath?
Yeah. You guys swore to never kill again, right?
We're no longer anyone's tools, and we'll never force anyone to be ours.
You're the last person we're ever going to kill.
Farewell.
Well, let's just say this mission isn't gonna be casualty-free. And if you're not feeling up to it, I don't intend on pushing you to take part. You understand what I'm getting at, right?
I know just how important that oath is to you too. Which is why I'd prefer to not drag you into this.
As for why I'm joining, I'm already a rotten bastard. And Lapis, well, she was always different from us anyhow. I imagine shouldering such a burden will be of little consequence to her.
How could you possibly know that? You know, we did a little research into your background recently, Mr. Thousand-Hand Guardian. Or should I call you the Heretic Hunter?
The Church's Punisher. The man who rivals even Iscariot. While we were still with the Gardens, the Overseers warned us to be more wary of you than even the Society's own enforcers.
Well, I certainly don't feel like I could beat him. But I guess I can see why they'd view me as a threat. Actually, want to hear a funny story? See, during last year's whole Horacion debacle, I was on standby, in case things went sour, you know? If Almada or the Gardens got a little too close to fulfilling their plan, I was instructed to take them out, with one very particular artifact.
Wait, but if you had entered a city too late, wouldn't they have triggered a nuke?
The same one you used to eliminate that Anguis.
Does that mean he was already in the city?
Consider yourselves lucky that you left the Gardens. Knew a few folks that had been abducted and brainwashed by them, so I imagine you guys weren't there of your own free will or anything.
Let me read that again. Yo, Horacion. So that means he might have already been in the city and we just didn't know it? Huh.
But nevertheless, if we'd bumped into each other back then, you two would have been hunted down, no mercy.
That's some confidence you got there.
We wouldn't have gone down easily. Not then, and not now.
Kevin! There's no need to be so rude to them.
At any rate, we won't be starting this request of his until tomorrow, which means you'll have the rest of the evening to think things over. And considering this establishment is only open until 7 p.m., I believe it would behoove us to move on to our lodgings for the night.
Right. Guess this really isn't the best place to hash things out anyway.
Doubt we'll have an answer for you anytime soon, though. Wait. We're staying here, aren't we? At the Al-Jumeirah?
While I certainly wish that were the case, I'm afraid I don't have that kind of money at the moment.
You can just go to Grim Garten to grind it.
You see, after paying for both the pool and dinner, I have not but 10,000 mira to my name.
He had all his hidden assets seized by the CID recently. The secret bank account he made while he was still in the Empire, his stocks, credit, ingots, all gone.
Damn, they really stripped you bare, huh? Well, you have my sympathies. Maybe you can ask your little brother if he's got cash to spare?
I'd like to believe I'm not that shameless. That aside, I am dead. It wouldn't do to rise from the grave asking for money. In any event, I'm no longer a target of high priority to the CID.
Which means you just got a whole lot easier to hire.
Wait a sec. Then what was with that sports car you were driving? That thing's gotta cost at least $1 million.
That was a rental from Elsheim. In fact, I've already returned it to the dealer.
Something else to wrap my head around. So where are we staying then?
In the cultural district. The inn we booked is supposed to have some really tasty food, too. How could you? just as delicious as dinner. Shaky shaka, right? The flavors of the eggs and ground meat mixed together just wonderfully.
It's shakshuka, Lapis, a traditional Central Eastern breakfast that uses both spices and chili pepper. Figured it might be a little too heavy to start the day with, but I think some spice was actually exactly what I needed.
Always good to try some of the local cuisine, you know? Also, I gotta ask, Lapis, how the heck are you keeping your dress so clean? I mean, you eat like a trash compactor.
Huh?
With her superb etiquette skills, of course. Another product of her superior processing power. You see, in order to maintain the grace befitting a Rosenberg doll, she utilizes her singularity to...
Would someone please pay attention to me?
Oh, she's awake. Didn't sleep well, huh? I told you to relax. The rooms are actually pretty comfy once you get used to them. The owner's been really kind so far, too. Seems Fairy was right about this place after all. There's more where that came from. Feel free to ask for seconds. Yeah, I guess, but I'm still annoyed. After all the time at the pool yesterday and last night's amazing dinner, how could I not want more? Now that I think about it, I suppose we would have been able to afford a night there had I rented a lesser car. What? Hey, cut him some slack. I know he may look like he's got it all together, but remember, the guy was weighed on hand and foot for most of his life. I know, but still. I guess I'll just have to give up my dream of staying in a 6-star hotel someday. Poof, like dust in the wind. Can we just grind like Grim Garten and stay at the hotel? I'm sorry, Nadia. You must have really wanted to have breakfast there, didn't you? That's not why she's so upset, Lapis. Look, I'll save up the cash so I can take you there one day myself. Sound good? I'll even set up the reservation for one of our anniversaries. It'll just be the two of us. Aw, stop! You're really putting on the show this morning, Nadia. Anyway, you all right with us tagging along today? Even if we didn't end up coming to an agreement last night. And that's fine, the situation's pretty much in the air at the moment anyway. Should give me a chance to see your skills in action too. Gotta make sure you're up to par, you know? See, when I said I don't plan on forcing either of you to do anything you don't want to do on this mission, I meant it. But that being said, I'd rather not have our chances of success lowered because you two end up wavering when it matters, understand? We'll show you what we're capable of. Nothing more, nothing less. Just know that we'll be watching you too. Fine with me, though I'll warn you there ain't much to see. And that's all. Today we'll be spending time in each other's company. So let's get... Wait, where are we going? Well, first we'll need to do some poking around to see what we can dig up. Like I said before, I still don't have the info I need to make sense of the situation. Well, it'd help if you told us. You know what? Never mind. It'll probably be fine if we just wander around like Van the others do, right? Force PGs. Sounds like a good idea to me. They're gonna need to be the one doing the sniffing around in that case. Well, I don't exactly got Arkride's nose for things, but let's get going. Maybe worth letting a helping hand to some people in the area too. You know how he does. I figured you might say as much. That's why I made it a point to spread rumors of our presence last night. I imagine there should be a few Force PGs waiting for us already. Unfortunately, we know a pair with ample experience in that line of work. Oh, Force PGs are those things that get posted on the back of bulletin boards, right? I'm so jealous. You guys must have had so much fun on those jobs, and all without me. Emphasis on jobs, Lapis. Anyway, you really do use every trick in the book, don't you? Do you get advance permission for this? No, but as long as we refrain from abusing his system, I doubt he'll find fault in our methods. Plus, we can always explain ourselves when we next get in touch with him. I expect the two of you will put in a good word for us when the time comes. Gift him a few rare sweets and I bet he'll pretend it never even happened. You're probably right. Let's just get a move on already, yeah? Damn, he's the police and everyone knows it. Guys got it rough, huh? Alright folks, time for us to play Spriggan. Let's head out to check out those bulletin boards we saw earlier. Let's, and when we have a chance, I'd also like to teach you both our new battle tactics. Oh right, Marduk's new cheat system. Might also be a good idea to see if the guilds put out any monster subjugation requests recently. Oh, maybe we can grab a few snacks along the way. Rean, Rufus, Swin, Nadia join the party. Lapis is now accompanying the party as a guest only. You know, just provide support as an extra member. That reminds me, Arkride made a request of us during a social gathering at Marduk's headquarters. He would like our testimonials on any sweets we happen upon that warrant recommendation. Oh yeah, for his review blog, right? That definitely sounds like Rean. Yep, and he's got the perfect foodies on the job. I see, so in exchange for fresh material, we get post-facto approval on complete for SVGs. Indeed, we ought to take him up on it. I can sort out our for SVG reports. Will you mind handling the blog and the things, Lapis? Piece of cake with a spot of tea on the side. Agro, LP, always lightening the workload. We're lucky to have you two with us. We'll just roll with it that way then. You now update Sweet's blog and Kevin's route. Do you get enough? I'm happy that you seem to enjoy your meal. If you're going out, then you better hurry. I'll prepare a nice dinner for when you get back. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the food here is yummy, so let's work up an appetite while making the rounds.
Looking is always free, you know.
Hey, buy all the new foods.
Come again.
Hey, I think one of them might be a new premium suite.
I'll send this review to Van. Van's gonna be so stoked.
Aha, so layers of cheese in between boosts of sweet flavor, making for an extra satisfying baklava. An instant fave. Maybe staying here isn't so bad after all. Welcome to Hilal Tavern Inn. I hear you know that Spriggan guy. He and his company really helped us out, so you guys are welcome too. That's right, Van the Artist did stay here last year. In that case, we might get some more information than we would have otherwise. That's the hope anyway. Hilal Tavern Inn is the best lodging in the cultural district. Your pleasant stay is guaranteed. My mom's cooking is delicious too. It's even popular with the merchants. Every day is sweltering. I feel like the sun is especially strong this year. I suppose Tharbad is in the middle of a desert. Naturally, finding ways to cool off during breaks is a sort of tradition around here. So you can expect me to take it easy until tonight's business meeting. Huh. This inn carries to us merchants, which is why I always come here to take it easy. I gave Hala a souvenir. All that's left is making sure the business meeting goes well. Oh, someone calling? Yeah, it's...
My apologies for contacting you so suddenly. Kevin, Rufus, Lapis, it's good to see you again. Though I suppose we last spoke the day before yesterday. I'm glad to see you two as well. Swin, Nadia, it's been some time.
Tilly, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful now. It's been about 2 years, right? Heard you bumped into Lapis and the others at Marduk's HQ. Yep, we even ate a few snacks together at, the high tree. They were simply divine. I think you mean high tea. But anyway, we weren't expecting to hear from you. I have a suspicion you're not calling us as an alumnus of Forest now, are you? Sharp as ever, I see. Correct, I'm not calling as an alumnus of Forest. Instead, I'm calling on behalf of the Epstein Foundation, regarding one of Marduk's former commissions. You're talking about that thing Celise and Leon dealt with, aren't you? The Grim Garten operation. That's the one I helped with. Oh no, I'm getting a bad feeling about all this. What, does society take it over or something? Wouldn't be surprised if the Oathbreaker, well, actually considering what happened 2 years ago. Oh, you think this is something to do with that creepy old guy? I'm afraid his presence is unconfirmed at the moment. However, we recently spotted a young woman inside whose coat of arms bears a resemblance to the societies. They're almost certainly connected. I imagine either Nobaris or a Fool are involved as well, considering their proficiency with technology, I mean. They independently operate an advanced space network, I'm told. The Astral Code, was it? Guess that little collaboration of yours gave you some pretty valuable insight, huh? Anyway, we're on the case, Altina. We'll help investigate this Grim Garten of yours, or whatever it's called. You sure came to that decision fast? You're not even gonna let us talk it over. Look, I know it probably doesn't have anything to do with why we're here in Tharbad, but I've heard these garden places can be all kinds of useful. For farming stuff. Plus, I imagine trekking through it will give us some insight into what the society's up to. Which we could also use as bargaining chips. You know, when exchanging info with Arkride and the Forest folks. Huh? Well, I appreciate you agreeing to help. We'll reward you for assistance, too, of course. I'll send a portal locating search application to your Zypha now. I believe there should be one somewhere in either the cultural or entertainment district. Once you find it, go ahead and try accessing it. What? Oh, it's nothing. Was just thinking about how quick you are to use people for your own benefit, particularly Van Tilly. This about that bargaining chip thing I said? Come on, we all got things we're hiding, Nadia. I'm just trying to give them a little incentive to share. Not that I'm expecting them to tell us anything useful about the garden, though. We're all exploring in separate sections, apparently. Should be interesting. It'll give me a chance to see what you two are really made of, at least. Bring it on. Can you stop trying to pick a fight over everything? Anyway, we've had a few experiences with the Grim Garten ourselves, so we won't slow you down. Yeah, they've got us in the bag, but sadly, I'll probably be stuck on support duty. In any event, let's be on the lookout for portals going forward. Shard search is now available in Kevin's route. Access to the Grim Garten will be available upon finding a portal in Tharbad.
Welcome to Marjan Hammam.
A hammam is perfect for a hot day like today. It'll wash away your sweat and leave you feeling refreshed. We had a drought last year, but nothing major since. Boy, I'm so thankful that Professor Hamilton and the Bernie Company did that irrigation work for us 20 years ago. I heard about that from Van's group. Apparently the water is drawn here from the oasis. When it's almost dried up, the professor and the artist did some construction work, right? That's right, you can say Tharbad is indebted to Professor Hamilton. Well, this was 20 years ago, so a lot of people seem to have forgotten what she did for us. The people from the capital came up with a solution after last year's drought. Which reminds me, a rumor's been going around since yesterday. Apparently that crew's back. If so, I'd like to say hi. Sounds like Arkride and his group are well respected here. Indeed, it was worth spreading that rumor. This is Tharbad's rainy season, you know. Even if it's hot, we still get rain. Sudden squalls can cause water to rise rapidly and drop the levels in the underground waterway too. Desert sand doesn't really retain water either, giving us another thing to contend with.
Are you entering the hammam?
Been staying here forever.
I think I might be liquefying.
There, all set.
I'm glad you seem to enjoy yourself.
Okay, I think that was an achievement. Tharbad sauna.
Yeah, baby.
Let's do a search.
Okay, there's a Grim token.
How about a shard search?
Ah, there's a token here.
Look, they've got a huge slab of meat just hanging there. I wonder how it tastes.
Who could have ever guessed you'd be scouting out your next meal?
Yep, it's good to have the old LP back.
Reminds me of a certain someone.
Project Startaker, was it? It sounds like it's pretty popular. I haven't really been following the news, but nowadays they're showing stuff about it even on the streets. The president and the astronaut are pretty much ingrained in my memory now. Seeing as they're fellow citizens of the Republic, I can't help but want to cheer for them too.
Don't be shy. Stop on by.
Hello there, we've got traditional Central Eastern camel meat for sale, as well as goat. Camel, like the pack animal, does that really taste good? But of course, camel dishes are a staple in the Central East. From spiced stews to kebabs cooked over an open flame. Drool. You're drooling, you know. We did just eat, but maybe it's worth a try. Camels are more familiar to us people of the desert than any other creature. After all, you only need a little bit of water and grass to raise them, and they're a valuable source of protein. We're real thankful for them.
Hey there. What would you like?
Soul Chef skewers.
Come again.
Are these spices or vegetables? That's right, we carry most Central Eastern ingredients. Our spices are particularly popular in Western countries, and Tharbad has long served as a sort of liaison for such flavors. Even nowadays, traders order them from me. The rare spices are said to be worth more than their weight in gold, so I can understand why this Oasis City has become a hub for trade. You know, I sent my daughter out on an errand and she still hasn't come back. I thought Imani had grown to be reliable, but maybe she's not there yet.
Have your eye on anything in particular?
Soul Chef Curry, Crispy Nafe. Add the
I'll
review.
send this review to Van.
Sure. Go wild.
The crunch of those thin-layered threads of pastries out of sight, and the way it contrasts with the cream inside. Tops. I'm no Reese, but I could down an infinity plus one of them. How about some Central Eastern textiles, antiques? They both make great souvenirs. Wow, what a pretty design. You sure have a unique style. Well, I'm happy to hear it. Your outfit is marvelous too. These are called kilims. They're woven by hand in the traditional style, so they're durable and last a long time. Please, have a look. More and more Central Eastern textiles are being made by machine, but everything here has been woven by hand. We have traditional garments for sale too, so take your time and look around.
Why, hello. Thank you. Why, hello.
Sash belt. Oh, these are 100% resist. Huh. White summer cap. This is a shisha, a well-known Central Eastern hookah. Didn't some illegal stuff make the rounds during last year's film festival and cause a lot of trouble? My, aren't you well informed? Who could have guessed you heard about the Ouroboros shishas? As I understand it, those were collected by the authorities due to containing unapproved components. It's a shame for all the people who got caught up in that sort of affair, but I assure you, there's nothing wrong with traditional shishas. Of course, I can't recommend it to minors, but you fellas should give it a try. You're a smooth one. I did hear rumors about that incident. Apparently, they didn't tell the public that the shishas had a drug extracted from a certain plant. You know that girl, Sinem, who helps out at the bazaar? I feel like I haven't seen her since this morning. I'm a little worried. No. Maybe that's one of the Forest PGs. Flynn became friends with a local child the last time we took a family trip here. It sounds like they promised to see each other again, so I'm glad we came. A lot of people are taking time off from work due to all the space program craze. I won't deny jumping on the bandwagon myself. Flynn requested we come to Tharbad, so here we are. Last time we came, something happened while we were en route, causing my family a lot of trouble. This time we'll enjoy ourselves, the Central Eastern way, even if it is the height of summer. Long time no see, Imani. Clem, what are you doing here in Tharbad? Did you come here to see me? Yep, my dad suggested we take a day off, so I begged him to bring me here. I brought you a present too. Here, it's my favorite picture book. Wow, thanks. Let's read it together, Clem. Okay. Me and Imani became friends last time I took a trip here. She said she wanted to hear about the fairy tales in the West, so I brought a picture book. Clem told me we'd see each other again, but he actually came back. And it sounds like he's gonna be here for a while too, so I gotta show him lots of fun places. I wonder if anyone checked the bulletin board. Oh yeah, she definitely got wrapped up in a Forest PG. I don't know what's going to happen. I really need someone to look into it as soon as possible. Sounds like he posted some kind of request on the bulletin board. Maybe we should take a look. Sounds like Sarah and Shahina are back in Tharbad. They even made their movie debuts recently. I can't help but admire them. I've got to practice as much as I can so that one day I can dance alongside them. Oh, are you a traveling priest? We don't see many of you at our guild's branch. The temple never notified us of any developments, so... Well, I'm just here on a little investigation. Nothing worth fussing over, really. An investigation for the church. What about, I will have to wonder. And who are these people accompanying you? Oh, I think we're setting up her warning bells. Well, neither of us really look the usual, like the usual crowd that traveling priests would be riding with. But I wouldn't say we're the biggest sore thumbs in the group. Not assume, but are you the pair who were acting as substitutes for the Spriggan and Edith last spring? We've heard about your collaboration with Elaine as well. Our branches share information, you see. Red alert, the guild's mining our personal data. Keeps us both on a leash and close to hand in case of emergency. 2 precautions for the price of 1. This might put a kind of damper on things. On the contrary, it may work to our advantage. No doubt, afraid we're gonna have to capitalize. As it happens, we're currently carrying out Forest PGs on behalf of that very same Spriggan. You are? Does that make this an extension of what Nadia and Nadia were doing before then? After a fashion, yes. To that end, we were assisting the good fire with his investigation. Even still, reports don't mention a thing about you, so I'm inclined to ask for a more detailed account. Not to mention, he bears a striking resemblance to... No, my imagination's just running wild. I suppose I can take Swin Nadia's word that this isn't a ruse of some sort, though. There you have it, then. I've got these odd jobbers here lending me a hand with my investigating. We just dropped by to ask the guild if anything out of the ordinary has been going on. Well, there has been an influx of travelers from the Central East lately, and with it, a rise in trouble. You see, Tharbad is expected to host almost as many people for launch day as it did during last year's film festival. Other cities are in the same boat. Apparently, it's drawing a lot of your eyes from the Central East. Well, they do call the birthplace of astronomy, so of course everyone there would be hyped up. And even if they weren't, there'd still be Central Eastern investors falling over to get their business venturing on. Was there anything else of note? Nothing especially major. If I had to pick, it'd be the irregular weather. By now, the region should have already entered its annual rainy season. But this year, we haven't had an uptick in sandstorms, causing all sorts of incidents for us to deal with. Sounds about right. I already figured as much as before getting here. Anyhow, we'll probably be back to bar you for any more updates. No bar at all. As far as we're concerned, pulling our resources with the church and Spriggans is worth the while. That's not to say I don't have my concerns about the subject of your investigation, so... Eesh, looks like this receptionist is still keeping a few walls between us. Not gonna be easy to swing this one. Well, there's a limited amount of leeway Swin and Nadia's presence can afford us. In which case, we'll have to follow in their precursor's footsteps. Incidentally, is there any way we might be of service to the Tharbad branch? Arkride Solutions proprietor undertakes the occasional case from the guild, I'm told. Right, like subcontracting on certain wanted monsters and things like that. Okay, we're gonna play Exterminator again. Just coming now. There. We've got nothing to lose building better bridges with the guild. In that respect, we are perfectly willing to lend our aid. Will you let us know if anything comes to mind? Well, it's true that we don't have enough manpower to deal with all the wanted monsters and such right now. A little delegation would definitely take a weight off our shoulders. Are you sure it's no trouble? Hey, what kind of clergyman would pass up a chance to make this town just a little bit safer? If you insist, then alright. I'll pass one of our cases over to you. We appreciate if you could handle this as a Force PG, the way your head office does. Nancy Bounty. Reports that a dangerous monster called the Jol-Griepa has appeared in Sansi. We would greatly appreciate you taking care of this beast in the guild's stead. So long as it ingratiates us with the guild to some degree, I'll consider the effort well spent. Yeah, gotta gain ground wherever ground this mock brigand work can get us.
We'll sort this Forest PG out in no time.
Okay. How did the traveling priest come to start investigating with some discount brigands? Whatever the reason, we're facing the same problem I told you about earlier. I don't know what the church is up to, but the Tharbad Guild branch has no information about the temple this time. It makes sense for a guild to handle things like the increase in tourists and sandstorms. That said, if you're taking on first PGs, you could at least help with the wild monsters.
Shall we search?
Ah, token. Come now, Abdullah. People are still inventing useful things. Even though Oasis irrigation owes a success to the Republic's technological prowess, nothing will get better if everyone remains apathetic. Good grief, young people these days get swept up in every little fad. Recently it's all been all about this T-phone thingamajig and his shameful diversions. It's corrupting their minds. Now is the time to return to a traditional, modest lifestyle. Trad life.
Come out wherever you are.
Oh, are you a traveling priest? I wasn't told you would be here today. Maybe the vicar knew. Oh, sorry, I'm only dropping by. No need to make a fuss. I just figured that since I'm here, I attend a Central Eastern style service. And is that so? Well, if you need anything at all, please let me know. I guess that's to be expected. Even she seems to think you're just a traveling priest. I wonder what the phony fire is investigating. In the Central East, people believe that Arusha, the wind goddess, and Idios, the sky goddess, are one and the same. We simply interpret her differently. We all still adhere to the Septian beliefs. Please feel free to say a prayer in the temple. Apparently, Tharbad's changed a lot over the last 20 years or so. We've built luxury hotels, erected an entertainment district, but some things haven't changed. Our faith and traditions are the same as ever. I'll be sure to pray again so that Arusha will continue to bless us with her guidance. Excuse me, sir, are you perchance a traveling priest? As the Vicar of Tharbad, I will provide you with whatever help I can. I appreciate it. I look forward to working together while I'm in town. Huh? He seems awfully understanding. If I remember right, the Dominions are specifically affiliated with the Congregation for the Sacraments. They're not usually on good terms with priests belonging to the Congregation for Divine Worship. Really? Well, it does seem like there have been some developments within the church. It's likely connected. I've heard rumors about you, but I was told you would be coming. There is no need for further chit-chat. As a Vicar of Tharbad, I will provide you with whatever help I can.
Alrighty.
Of course.
You actually fish with Rufus now. You don't have to worry about the big catches. Better save first.
My breath is bated.
So,
There! This one is rather impressive.
Noble Carp rank A. Okay.
I got this.
All right.
Come out wherever you are.
What? Oh. Dang it, they're taking up my fishing spot. Dang, that girl's got moves. Wow, this might be the first time we've actually seen them do their thing.
That was amazing, you guys! Thanks, Marielle. Gotta say, though, doing this sort of thing for interviews still throws me off a little.
I agree. Even compared to appearing in films, it's a different sort of nerve-wracking.
Don't worry. The material you gave me should make for a great article. I'll put it all together once I get back to Edith.
Yeah, congratulations, Marielle.
Huh? Wait a second. Nadia? Swin? Oh, wow! It's been forever, you two! I didn't know you were in Tharbad.
Yeah, last time we saw each other was when we did that school festival show, right? I do too, Sarah. Thanks for giving us a hand with that, by the way.
Oh, we didn't do much. You all had that performance well in hand. But before we continue, these three are...
Whoops, sorry. Pleasure to meet ya. Imagine my luck, running the stunning sisters who danced their way onto everyone's tongues and the silver screen. Why confusion, Marielle? Oh, that's right, you only saw a fairy version of me before. Oh, that would explain it. Do you at least remember me, Miss Aimee?
Huh? You're...
Oh yeah, I guess you technically did meet Rufus before. See, on the day of the school festival, I couldn't help noticing the band crew were there one moment and then gone next. It left me scratching my head, but I just carried on with my field reporting until suddenly someone called out to me. And from there, I was led to that weird place. Through the hows and whys of it all are still way beyond me. Seriously though, I can't thank you two enough for what you did back then. You have nothing to thank us for, we're only repaying a debt after all. Exactly, after all the kindness he showed me, it was only right to show him some in return. Not sure I'm following, but glad to hear you were there for her. So this guy is your leader, and the girl's, his little sister? And the priest on top of that. It makes me wonder what it is that ties you together. You and me both. Our group's so all over the place that now that even I can't come up with a name for us. Why not the picnicking friend again? That never worked in the first place. You know, Arkride and I actually go a fair ways back. He used to pal up all the time with Dingo Brad too. So no need for suspicion, okay? Just treat me like you treat any other traveling clergyman. You really are with the church then. I guess it's okay in that case. My sister and I are greatly indebted to Van, so we trust that he's a good judge of character. Indebted, huh? Is that all it is? Shahina, can we leave a good first impression, please? Oh-ho! Well, either way, I'll be looking forward to seeing that homecoming performance you two are putting on. And as for you, Marielle, I'm betting you've got all sorts of other topics to tackle. Yep, I'm actually here on a business trip to cover a certain movie that's in the works. In fact, I've even got a meeting with its director and sponsors later. Well, now I'm curious. You're a lot busier than expected, though. Just try not to push yourself too hard, okay? Oh, this is nothing. My schedule's still got plenty of wiggle room for rest days. But you know, all the hustle's really making me realize how incredible Dingo was. I mean, he was juggling reporter work and side gigs while still keeping a personal life without a sweat. Personal life, eh? I always took the guy for a 24/7 workaholic. Well, this is just something Meld Magazine's editor-in-chief told me, but... Apparently, whenever Dingo finished up with a major piece, he always put it in time off for a vacation. One of them was actually here in Tharbad, funnily enough. He came back a little after the film festival incident last year. Really? The whole thing was such a mess, though. But thanks to Ben and the rest of the Arkride Solutions, the city was back to normal in only about a month or so. Well, there'd definitely be less of a crowd than during the event. Makes for a more relaxing stay that way. You really know your stuff, Onionhead. Like I always say, the perfect time to go on vacay is when everyone else is slaving away at their 9-to-5s. I don't think that's the point he was trying to make. If only I could have seen what the festival food stalls were selling. Given that sounds to have ended on a happy note, I'm sure you'll have another opportunity to partake in the future. Anyhow, I hope you guys make it to our homecoming performance. It's gonna be so much fun. There are plenty of local attractions to enjoy as well. I have a few recommendations if you're interested. Lay them on us. Oh, and while we're rubbing elbows, don't hesitate to get in touch if you need help. And even assist with matters of the heart. After all, listening to the troubles of lost slams is all in a day's work for a man of the cloth. That's not... What a clown. You sure you're from the church and not the circus? Hey, have some faith in me. I'm as swiftly as they come. Well, that was a lovely chat, but what were we meant to be looking into exactly? Only a father here can say, though he looks to have obtained the exact answers he needed. He did? From our conversation just now. Nothing gets by you, does it? Couldn't have gone to lower their guards for me on my own, though, so props for her due. Now, on to our next little activity. Very smelly rotten. We were just a means to an end then, huh? Have it your way. Out of curiosity, can we fish at the oasis? I mean, it shouldn't be specifically off limits. Hungry for some Tharbadi seafood, are we, LP? I wouldn't be opposed to scrimping on every bit of Mira we can. Oh, buddy, you guys will get us on board with anything. Small wonder you wind up calling yourselves a picnicking front. Now fish on Kevin's route. Already did fished once, though. Okay. I still need to get the other fish here.
Come out wherever you are.
Let's get started. Now! I reeled in a big one.
Quicksilver Carp. UMAT plus times 2. Hello there, we've got space program merchandise for sale. According to the government, the program is nearly at its climax. It's hard not to be over the moon. Seeing you two reminds me of the show at the Aramis Academy Festival, Nadia Swin. I gotta work hard for a homecoming performance, so I'm at least as good as the Aramis students were. We'll be staying here for about a week, making it a vacation of sorts, with some performances on the side. Perhaps our meeting here is fate telling you to take it all easy too. I'll be covering those two closely while I'm out here. Sisters on site. Local Urter sisters prepare for homecoming performance. It's just what the papers are looking for. I'll follow in Dingo's footsteps and finish the article in my downtime. Got an appointment for an interview tomorrow about a new movie, so I've got to get prepped for that. I'll follow in Dingo's footsteps and finish the article in my downtime. Okay. My little brother and I are tour guides. We're just showing people the oasis when performances started. Sarah and Shaheen are back. They sure have become popular. We've been following them since the start, so it's satisfying to see. We've known Sarah and Shahina for a long time. Just like them, we're siblings who work together. Since our life stories are similar, we find ourselves emphasizing with each other. Sarah and Shahina are just so impressive. They came home famous, and now they're going to do a homecoming performance. I could cry. I absolutely have to see it. You can't have Tharbad without the hot sun and dry air. I'd be hard-pressed to say you're pleasant for visitors from the capital, but as someone born and raised here, it's a perfect place to replenish your spirit. And I'll have to use this opportunity to charge my batteries to the fullest. I'm glad my mom and little brother see me doing well. They're the reason I can do my best in the capital. Aria's a hard-working young woman. She seems to be raring to go wherever she goes. That's why I at least like her to try and relax while she's here in her hometown. And my big sister is beautiful. And she's also really smart and really popular around the neighborhood.
Look at that.
Okay. The portal discovered.
Coffers.
Yeah, baby. That's the way it goes.
Onyx steel. Wait, can I even use that yet? This must be the interior of that giant black castle. It's got hijacked written all over it. Who in the society's to blame is beyond me, though. So this is our hub of operations, and those gates on either side lead to the services offered by the Epstein Foundation. Yes, said services being the Epstein Workshop and Grimoire Decryption. Think of this as similar to the time you cleared your way through the Grim Garten. Oh, pardon me, Kevin doesn't share that experience, does he? Yeah, but it's no big deal. I think I get a gist of things. Guessing the gate in the back there's our ticket to the storm in this place, yeah? Given that there are also two other teams acting parallel to us, it stands to reason that they each have their own entryways much like this one, for a total of 3. That saves me the trouble explaining. I will leave the capture of subdomain C to you and excuse myself for now then. Please don't hesitate to ask though if you require a workshop or a description service. Oh, about that, Altina. The base of this mini-domain is the same as that of the Grim Garten, correct? If so, I believe it'll be able to help a bit. Then you won't have to stretch yourself so thin. Grimoire decryption, huh? Sounds spookier than plain old cube analysis, but also way faster. I don't have to hold down the button. The part where we turn to in tokens collected from the garden and urban areas ought to be exactly the same though, huh? Right? Yes, I've analyzed the procedure, so we should be able to perform it at any time. Maybe or two, in fact. The people from the Foundation seem to have gussied it up quite a bit. Dang, I thought the Society was committed to the bit. Guess the Foundation's pretty persnickety themselves. We can give it a try right away, if you'd like. Also, there will be ample opportunity after we seize that subdomain. Right, just leave it to me. Grimoire decryption visuals now feature Lapis.
Welcome to my study. Of course. Allow me. Wow! There. Thank you for waiting.
Okay, nothing really too new here. Oh, there was tokens here that I missed.
There you are.
Storm?
Okay, let's go by the entertainment district. It's looking to be another hustle and bustle day in these parts. Oh, look at us, crawling back to where we should be staying. Oh, I don't think the inn is so bad. The food there is pretty delicious. We can stay at the hotel some other time, okay? So same plan as the cultural district, just go around and check a few places out. Aside from the Al-Jumeirah Hotel, other points of interest include the high-end casino and the up-and-coming movie studio Vegas Films. The area is simply abounds with attractions befitting the City of Pleasure's moniker. We can come here to play though, in case you need a reminder. Still, those spots should give us a pretty good read on the situation around town too. Might as well hit up as many of them as we can, alongside the bulletin board, of course.
You look at our way.
It's like the whole Republic is partying with all this space program buzz going on. As someone who loves parties, I can't hold it in any longer. Let's get started in here. Come on, people, eat up.
What'll it be?
Soul Chef turkey and turkey leg.
Thank you.
Hey, didn't you come by to return a rental car yesterday? We've got a contract with the rental car company, so I can handle returning it. Thanks. Say, is it possible to rent a car here too? Sure is. There are plenty of people who want to go sightseeing in the dunes. If you're headed out there, be sure to let me know. You'd be risking your lives without a car. Alright, we'll do. The city manages the free parking lot, but we also deal in rental cars. So if you need anything, don't hesitate to let me know.
Shall we search?
These tokens. We got the Grim Portal.
Are just rewards.
It's a rocket launch, Hardy. You know, the event of the century. Why won't my father let me go see it with my own eyes? I don't understand. With all due respect, young master, the launch is in long life, at Eastern Republic. It's simply too far to travel by car. Plus, he would like you to watch the broadcast instead. Is that why he bought me a lace teeth or whatever? However you like him. I'll step in line for now, but don't think I'm giving up. I want to take my wheels and travel the world. The young master grows only more dissatisfied by the year. Is this really a good thing, master? I'll take that teeth or whatever for now, but I expect you to teach me how to use it, Hardy. Very well, this will be the first time I've held one myself, but I'm sure if I read the manual, I can be of assistance. My father is always like this. He builds fortune on the trade, and when it comes to what Miura can buy, we want for nothing. However, he won't permit me to travel to other cities. It's absurd. I'm so bored.
Let's do a search.
Token. Finally done it. I've even got a new job just so I can move to the city. All to see that beautiful dancer up close again. But I still haven't. It turns out she's made it to the big time. The being in the capital and in movies and stuff. So I'll never forget watching her enchanting performance that fateful night in the club. Oh, tourist, I've got a real nice selection of quality products for cheap. How are you gonna say no to that? Ooh, this is a brand name counterfeit, huh? It looks just like the real thing, except the logo is a bit different on closer inspection. You two got sharp eyes. You're right, of course. That's why we're so cheap. It's a real bargain, considering nobody will be able to tell at a glance. I don't totally get it, but it feels wrong. Hey now, there is demand for this kind of thing, I'll have you know. This is the first I've heard of such a thing. Mind if I take a closer look for my own edification? I don't know if I should call you sharp or merciless. Look, I'm not trying to deceive you. I just told you they're counterfeits and I saw them. If you like something, buy it, and you're welcome to some window shopping too.
What'll it be?
Mochette coin purse. There's been an absolute torrent of tourists coming in from the Central East. They've been keeping the Tharbad police busy. Thanks to our experience at last year's film festival, I think we've been able to handle things pretty smoothly. Though we do have some trouble with some people in our ranks. I should go and make sure Officer Calvard hasn't skipped out on his duties again.
Let's do a search.
Negotiations with this store have been settled. It seems like things are going smoothly for my new product. Authentic Central Eastern fabric will be perfect for this new outerwear. And it's all thanks to your hard work. I'm truly grateful. Oh, no, this is thanks to your extraordinary designs, Hashim. It only helped a little. I don't need to be modest to realize you have incredible taste and plenty of fashion. I know, why don't I treat you to a drink to celebrate this achievement when we get to the capital? I'd love to have one here in Tharbad, but it's almost time to catch the airship. My apologies. Please, there's nothing to apologize for. Your gratitude alone is enough. And I never thought I'd get this much recognition. I'm so glad I got this job. I'll thank Manager Mora for introducing us. Now, you're sure getting people excited, Hashim, since you're such a skilled designer. So I never imagined I'd one day work for such a famous brand back when I was living at the share house. Well, I miss those days. It feels like I'm finally catching up to my destiny. I need to work hard so I can hold my head up high when I see Raymond or Jess again. I'm a fashion designer, which means I'm very particular about materials and marketing. That's why I often visit places like this for business meetings. Carol has been a huge help in that regard. She really is a brilliant, honest, and giving person.
How about a shard search?
Oh, they're showing Orbital movies here. I couldn't see them last time since I was stuck as a hollow.
Looks like they just opened it. I admit, some of those flicks look good.
We might as well stop in. It could be a good way to take a load off.
Watermelon water. Teaphones have slowly been getting more popular in Tharbad, so that's been keeping us busy. They're convenient and all, but the orbital waves only reach as far as the outskirts and main roads. If people out in the desert could use them, I bet they'd really take off. If the Space Aquarium can help with that, then I've got big expectations. We offer souvenirs and traditional arms of the Central East. Central Eastern arms are often bought and sold as works of art due to their elegant designs. Their traditional garb is quite popular in the West too.
How can I help you?
Trinity Heart. Yeah, I bought some subparts from Van's Route to give to them as well, since they don't seem to sell subparts here, which is really weird. It seems like really bad design to not have subparts available equally in all three routes. Like, why make two of the teams weaker that way? Yeah. It's actually best to do Van's route first so that you can buy all the subparts from his route and give it to everyone else. Azrock Theater just opened the other day, and we're lucky enough to be extremely popular already. Because the owner Schaden spared no expense in acquiring the latest screening equipment from Basel, you'll be able to enjoy a first-rate cinema experience. If you're interested, please head to the left. Although Vegas Films is based here in Tharbad, we've never had a big movie theater. The popularity of last year's film festival gave our owner the push he needed to open the cinema. There was a lot going on back then, but our owner is the kind of person who can turn anything into a positive. Tharbad is a city of riches and opportunity, and Azrock is continuing to develop day by day. We just opened a theater and are proactively introducing new and fresh ideas. Of course, there have been some duds, but being in business means taking risks. I launched a gambling house back in my merchant days. Since then, Tharbad has continued to develop and build great commercial infrastructure. Not all my ideas take off, but being in a business means taking risks.
Hey there! Good to have you!
Well, that's a lot. Daily Tharbad. 2 gift items. See desert goggles.
I'll send this review to Van.
Sure, go ahead.
Apparently this cake is flavored with rose water syrup, which gives it a fresh scent. I haven't had many desserts like these, so it was an interesting experience. Tourism Tharbad records 20% year-over-year increase in visitors. The space program's effectiveness in attracting crowds. Despite Tharbad's downward trend in visitors during the summer season, the number in early July shot 20% compared to this time last year. It may not be reaching the lofty heights of last year's film festival, but the headcount spike is still nothing to sneeze at. As you might expect, the space program is a major contributing factor to the recent increase in foot traffic. Scores of people from the Central East are taking trips to the Republic, and are subsequently using Tharbad as a stopover. Further, new businesses related to the space program have caught the eye of many a Central Eastern investor, and quite a number of affluent individuals have come to scope them out. Al-Jumeirah Hotel full, with a swarm of well-to-do individuals and investors from all over the world, but primarily from the central east, buzzing of Tharbad. The Al-Jumeirah Hotel is completely full. Many are on the waiting list as well, so those looking to stay at the Al-Jumeirah may have to look elsewhere. Likewise, all the rooms of the cultural district's inns are also booked out, so those without lot reservations might have a hard time finding lodging accommodations in Tharbad. Economy. Vegas Films revenue soaring to new heights. It's been some time since Vegas Films came under new management after the sudden death of its former president, Gaspar Dillon, but the current leadership seems to be doing a fair job helming a ship. Adding to a string of box office blowouts, which includes the joint productions The Saga of Ravana and Golden Requiem, their new smash hit Sacred Journey opened this week to packed theaters. Due to the popularity of these movies, Vegas' ticket sales during the first half of this year have already surpassed the numbers during the same time frame last year. On top of that, according to Vegas Film employees, the culture is more open than before, and people feel comfortable sharing honest feedback with their bosses. Vegas Films appears to be making a concerted effort to change for the better. Additionally, the company has decided to hold its film festival once again this year, with director Gotti overseeing it. We're excited to see how the festival turns out under the new corporate structure. Weather. Raging sandstorms are back with a vengeance. Sandstorms are a common occurrence in the outskirts of Tharbad in July, but this year the frequency is expected to go up. The large-scale storms will mainly be concentrated in the areas outside the metropolitan area, so those inside the city will be safe, provided you do not venture out towards the sand sea. However, there's a small chance that a small quantity of sand will come flying in the sea, so bring your laundry in ahead of time and make sure all the orbital precision equipment is properly covered. Welcome to Azrak Theater. Tharbad's hot new establishment is now open. We're currently showing 2 Eastern-style films. Wolves Requiem, winner of the Leon d'Or at the first Tharbad Film Festival, and Shinobi Punk Izayoi, which came out just this week. If you'd like to watch either one, just buy your tickets and head straight up to the elevator behind you.
Welcome! Come on in!
Okay, Wolves Requiem. Pipe tickets for Wolves Requiem, that comes out of the Al-Jumeirah. 5 of them made their way into the theater, having decided to watch a movie. Ron, a young officer of the law, is hot on the heels of a gang he once had ties to. While pursuing the case, he meets a girl named Michelle. She is freed from the clutches of the gang, but they sell her with an insurmountable debt, with little hope of paying it off. Ron takes it upon himself to look after the girl, who begins to develop feelings for a young officer. Before she can act on it, however, the gang finds her and snatches her away once again. Filled by the fires of rage, Ron rushes into their hideout and engages the gangsters in a gunfight, and emerges victorious by the skin of his teeth. He rescues Michelle from her captivity and the two embrace each other at last, overjoyed to have made it out alive. It was at that moment when one of the fallen gangsters lifted his quivering hand and pulled the trigger.
Michelle! Hold on!
Ron! Are you all right? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine, see? Not a single scratch on me.
Thank goodness. I fulfilled my promise then. You remember it, right? You're always protecting everyone. So one day, I'll be the one who protects you.
Of course I remember. Save your strength, Michelle. Help will arrive at any moment. Hey, over here! I need a medic now!
Ron, your arms are so warm when you hold me like this. My fear just melts away.
So that was Leslie Lam's Leon d'Or winning film. Remarkably profound yet nuanced human drama, replete with tense action sequences. This film is the epitome of perfection in every sense. Won't disagree there, they just kept firing on all the cylinders with those emotional beats. I was on the edge of my seat the whole way through. At the same time, they had the romance aspect to round out all the action. Yep, Michelle was great, and she was played by Nina Fenley. All the actors were pretty good, but she was far and away the best of the bunch. She totally earned that Best Actress Leon d'Or win. Definitely, her performance adds so much realism and depth to the movie. I guess so. Everything okay, Kevin? Yeah, just thinking about what's underneath Nina's performance. Her doing that method acting style shows she completely understands what's required of the role. That's probably why she's so good at bringing the goods on the screen. She steps right into the world without a hint of hesitation. You're right, now you mention it, it didn't feel like she was wavering at all while being Michelle. She's so natural, in fact, that it's like she really has led the life of the person she's playing. Interesting, maybe that's why her performance feels so realistic. I did notice you were looking pretty intently at her during the movie. I take it you're a Nina fan. Not in particular, I'm just curious about her acting style is all. The perspective by which you view and analyze things never fails to fascinate me. In any event, what's true of all of us is that we were impressed by her performance and were, by consequence, further immersed in the story. Okay, bye for sure. Having finished our break, Kevin and the artist resumed their work.
Wow! That's one huge casino! Just imagine if the boss scored it big!
I'm certainly not going to win any jackpots if I can't even afford to buy in.
Just putting it into the universe.
Now then, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be meeting up with the informants this way.
Hey buddy, want me to show you a little secret spot? It's a wonderful place where a beautiful Central Eastern woman will welcome you to her great city. I guess Tharbad was called a city of pleasure, huh? That's right, and some places don't make you wait until night to have fun. If you like, I could introduce... Or never mind, you've got kids with you. Maybe I'll see you again when the sun goes down. Works for me. What was he talking about? I don't know, but it doesn't seem to have anything to do with you or me. That's exactly right. I guess having ladies in the group does make it hard to operate in certain ways. Tharbad's always been the kind of place where you can let your hair down. We have a number of fine establishments. Why, that nightclub right over there became popular for having certain dancers. Drop by again if you feel the urge, my friend. Welcome, please enjoy peerless excitement at our casino. We've just introduced a NIS token system to Mullen Casino. Please let me know when you like to play, and I'll handle the conversion for you. The token system seems pretty standard, but something feels off. Something might be going on.
I can exchange your tokens.
Golden suit cups.
Thank you very much.
Here on the second floor, you can enjoy slot machines and card games. And just so you know, last month someone won a jackpot of more than 10 million Mira. Don't miss out on this opportunity to become an instantaneous millionaire. She sure knows how to get a gambler going. Girl, if only we had the money. Nadia, you really love money, don't you? Blackjack. Let's play blackjack. It's easy to learn, but it's so thrilling. I'd be happy to explain the rules. I promise I'll be a patient teacher. We already know the rules, so I don't think we need you. That's right, and yes, you're not allowed to go near her. You children are quite amusing. Sorry for the ruckus. Apparently, each casino has its own separate EX achievement. Okay, took a while, but I managed to get the max price for blackjack. Yup, there is indeed a separate achievement for each casino for some reason.
Yeah, baby!
Hey, it looks like the table over there is getting preheated. Sounds like someone's gambling for someone else. Their skill is quite fascinating. Gambler Jack! All the groups playing cards have been pretty lively. If you need a break, you just let me know. From rare Central Eastern fruits to Eastern liquors, we carry only the highest quality products. Why not have a taste now you're here?
Allow me to assist.
Okay, buy both of these.
I hope to see you again.
I'll send this review to Van.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Made from top-grade Central Eastern fruit, its fine sweetness and scent veil a subtle zest, making for a mystical flavor. I had thought such luxury beyond our present finances.
I'll win next time.
Wow, my territory has flourished with the latest boom over the last half year. On top of that, Valus has been training us its mineral resources, making for easy profit. Too many people already seem to know, but Valus is a major shareholder in Marduk. Marduk probably needed a bunch of raw materials for that space thingamajig. But what does it matter? Waha, I can afford to live it up every day. Why not spice things up with a million mirror bet?
Shall we search?
Oh, token.
Call.
Are you serious? A royal freaking flush? And they all had to be hearts as well. You cheated, huh? You must have. How else could you have beaten me?
Cheated? Nah. Your luck just ran out, kid. Guess the goddess doesn't smile upon lowlifes who hide cards up their sleeves.
Seriously? You thought a party trick like that would get you a win against Jack? A loss is a loss, so I think it's time you took it on the chin.
We'll be happy to hear you out, sir. In the back. Wait, no! Got every last coin in my mirror back. Oh, I can't possibly thank you enough.
Just hope you've learned your lesson, young lady. Gambling's not something to be taken lightly. But if playing with fire's your kind of fun, a fine man like myself could... Ugh!
Anyway, you take care of yourself now, you hear?
Man, your gift for a game never gets any duller. No wonder it made for bestseller material.
Wait a sec. No good priest? The hell are you doing all the way out here? And in a casino, no less.
Well, I wonder if Kevin remembers the casino minigame in the third where we actually did have to fight Hal and Jack.
Long time no see, Kevin. That's, quite the group you got with you.
Bestseller material. I see. You refer to Gambler Jack. Yep, it's been too long. Trevor, Hal. Care to do a little catching up? So you know them, huh? Took the words right out of my mouth. Didn't realize you guys already met. We never got too mixed up with them on our last adventure, but Van introduced us, yeah. Just to set the record straight, the no-good priest here has been using our informant services for a good while now. A lot of us have had our share of joint efforts with Van too. Can't believe Kevin's rolling with you guys though, and that's not even counting sunglasses over there. A pleasure. Dingle Brad spoke of you quite a bit. I've given your written exploits a read as well. Truly it is an honor to meet the subject matter themselves. Real flattering. As for the other way around, we just waved off the rumors that you weren't actually dead. And yet here's the household name himself, in the flesh. Don't suppose we should be calling you John Doe now. Please, call me whatever you wish. Excuse me, but what were you doing earlier? What you were doing earlier was gambling, right? Did you make a lot of money? It looked as though you went big. He did, but the game was on behalf of a client. She got scammed by some shady con artist, so he took on the request to clear her debts. And gave the culprit a taste of his own medicine to boot. So you cheated too, huh? Even though you called him out for it. It's only cheating if you get caught, kid. Ooh, teach me your ways, oh stand-up opportunist. I tire of vacationing in squalor. The time is nigh that we multiply our assets 100-fold. Let's not add scamming to our rap sheet, right? Not exactly the most covert crowd here, huh? Must be some especially thorny circumstances if you're throwing in with them. Not like it's ever any other way when I get roped into the mix. You two are here for more than just a game of proxy poker, though, aren't you? Gotta be a damn good reason you would schlep your way out to Tharbad now of all times. Us running into each other wasn't just a coincidence then, was it? You want info and you want me to provide it. Heads. Tails. Tails, that's that then. I'll take on one request and we'll go from there. Jack, you're not even gonna ask me about it first? Hey, this could be just a stroke of fate we need. Going along with them might gain us some insights of our own. Unbelievable. That exchange just now. It felt like the conversation was over before I could even parse it. Watching you old farts try to out-cool each other isn't exactly my idea of a good time, you know? Deal with that. That flip was probably rigged to go like this anyway. Well, excuse us for trying to stage a good scene. Ease up on the insults, please. Wouldn't want us grown men bursting our waterworks. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. What does he want us to look into? I want to know what the word on the street was in the Tharbad of 20 years ago. Whispers on the wind you wouldn't find in any official documents. If it sounds like a bunch of supernatural hocus pocus, even better. Oh, brother, always with the insane ass. Fine, I'll reach out if we find anything. But just so you know, our bill levels are gonna be sky high on this one. Got that? Sure do. We'll leave you to it. You seem awfully quick to give in. I wonder what it was that made the difference. Yeah, especially with such a bonkers request. I mean, where do you even go start for gossip 2 decades ago? Oh, there's plenty of angles to tackle from. A girl as sharp as you should already know that. Plus, this ain't their first rodeo. Trust me when I say you'll figure it out. Anyway, that's a wrap here, I think. Ready to move on? But slots and card games look so much fun. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until you're a proper adult to enjoy them, as without the alcohol. Grr. Let's just go. Action events are now available. I just finished a round for someone else, and now it feels like there's too much work to do. Not to mention my relationship with Kevin, or the fact that I might start working as an informant again. Being here must be fate. I'm still progressing on that matter you asked me to investigate. I don't know if the info I find will meet your expectations, so try not to get your hopes up. That was fun to watch. The blonde gambler did a great job. His lady friend seemed to be beating him, but he does have considerable skill, especially when it comes to cheating. It's true that we had a spot of trouble, but don't pay any mind. More importantly, why not play a game? You seem like an experienced gambler. Tharbad is a city of gambling, so why not try your luck? Do it, boss. This is your chance to get rich quick. Don't encourage him. Gambling should only be done in moderation. So you say, but you haven't exactly been very moderate yourself.
Can I interest you in a game?
Gotta get all 7 stars again.
2,000 years later.
Alright, managed to get all stars. Why am I? You're quite a card player. Okay.
I do hope you...
Get myself a mask for that. So hot, I'm actually dying, you know? It was tough when I was first assigned to Tharbad, but the summer has been worse than I could imagine. Being in uniform is unbearable. If only there was somewhere I could grab a drink. My colleague Vernier would throw a fit if I had one, but maybe I can do it on the sly. Vernier, this woman I work with, is really annoying. She even chewed me out after a film festival. I mean, come on, I should at least have the right to enjoy myself whenever I want. That's why I plan to take a paid holiday for the upcoming rocket launch. I'm ready to let loose. I'm here for a business meeting with a Central Eastern company. This is Tharbad in July, huh? The air is shimmering. I'm bad with the heat, but I guess I'll have to endure it. Oh, I'm already feeling dizzy. Maybe I should take a taxi to the hotel. Or stand in the shade. With this, I think we've more or less completed all the requests we received this morning. By managing my time wisely, I can probably handle things myself. Oh, we still were permanently with the gardens. Didn't we meet in the capital in the spring? I didn't expect to see you here in Tharbad. Ismail, he and Lahad were in charge of a case related to gardens, right? That's what Elaine said. I guess he's a member of the Tharbad branch then. You're working with the spring in the spring, but now it seems like you're of a different group altogether. You're a distinctive bunch, I'll give you that. And is that a traveling priest of the Sept-Terrion church? We've been working for some time now. I guess you could say we just felt like helping out again. Our connection invited us, so we simply decided to go along with this oniony priest. Sounds like you've got a lot going on, but it's probably fine, as long as you're helping the church. Depending on the circumstances, we may be able to assist. Don't be afraid to turn to the guild for help. So he's a Baron Bracer who studied Central Eastern swordsmanship. He seems pretty sharp, regardless of whether or not he's associated with these two. Better not give him a reason to start breathing down our necks. I'm the only Bracer above C rank in Tharbad right now. There used to be a guy called Renton, but he was called to help in another city. But that's within expectations. We're always doing what we can to operate efficiently. We've been doing just fine with me handling most of the work. Hopefully that gives Renton some peace of mind.
Come out wherever you are. Hey, stop on by!
Welcome. You can always count on ice cream to beat the summer heat. The number of tourists has increased thanks to the Space Boom. Normally this is where I sell the most. But something's missing. I need a featured product unique to Tharbad. I wish I could reproduce those sweets.
What can I get for you?
Soul Chef ice cream.
Thanks a bunch.
It's called Project Star Taker. Let's catch the stars together. We also saw Major Amelia merchandise. Our independent film proposal has been rejected again. What could they possibly not have liked about it? I could have made great use of my film festival parade experience to shoot a gloriously cheesy musical. Wait, was it because it was just the two of us? I mean, we both played multiple roles and did several composite shots. Maybe that's why our impeccable musical style wasn't conveyed properly. But what should we do now? If only we had just one more person, someone who was good at acting. We've got an event scheduled tomorrow. I never thought they'd make us help out too. It'll be last year's film festival all over again. At least our orders aren't as crazy as when Director Gotti was in charge. Whatever, I just wish the person in the lead would handle it. Seriously. Welcome to Vegas Films. If you have business with us, please make an appointment. After Gaspard, our previous president, was murdered last year by the Mafia, we've tried to make a fresh start, with a new president and a stricter enforcement of in-house security. Still, even though we're back in business, we can't let our guard down. Cluster.
How about a shard search?
Having fun?
Hey, you enjoying summer in Tharbad? The bright sun, the shimmering hot air. Why, summer's the season of love and passion. I don't know what this whole space thing's all about, but let's get pumped up together. Wait, my spot's got taken away. Nobody even wants to hear me sing anymore. God, I hate this space crap.
Anything strike your fancy?
Full chef sausage and extra spicy lamb sausage.
Let's do a search.
From tokens. Welcome. You'll find our hotel security is flawless. We've been restructured after the film festival incident. We've been retraining our personnel from square... excuse me, it's my pectoralis major muscle again. At any rate, please be at ease. Pectoralis major muscle? I'm not even going to start. Too much of a bar.
Al-Jumeirah. If only I could have booked it with Ez.
Want me to check you guys in? Don't worry about the mirror.
Not now. We're still on the clock.
But we could be eating a 6-star dinner! Taking in the skyline from our own personal suite!
Don't worry. I'll take you back here one day.
It's been really hot lately, so I'm concerned about the water level of the Hail Oasis. But it seems like the water quantity hasn't changed from average. A relief for the water company too, no doubt. I'm just here to provide technical support. I'm actually from the Burning Company. I have to say, I'm surprised how much water is in the Oasis. An event? Oh, look at them whooping it up. I wanted to go take a dip too. You're just gonna have to manage, Nadia. We're flat broke, remember? Oh, what if we go swimming in the Oasis instead? That way we'd have more room to play too. This is about more than just swimming, LP. It's about poolside drinks, the towels, the 6-star luxury. Set the bar that high in your growing years and you'll be in for a lifetime for disappointment, kiddo. I don't remember asking for your 2 mirror, bulb boy. What, do you guys ever only travel on the bed of gold leaf roses? Nothing so extravagant. The fault may lie with me for giving her a false sense of expectation beforehand. It's not like you swore anything was set in stone. Just let her sulk and she'll get over it eventually.
So this is the legendary Al-Jumeirah, eh? What of you?
You and Kafai?
Huh? You folks staying here too? My, but aren't you pretty young gals? Are you planning to hit up the pool later?
If only. Were you a guest at this hotel, mister?
I am indeed. Just arrived from Edith this morning, in fact. Sadly, though, I'm only staying the one night. But boy, did I luck out with my reservation. Got myself a suite, I did.
A suite? Oh, why can't it be me?
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
And it was only a short spur-of-the-moment trip, too. Not many places are free from all this hullabaloo about the space program, but those that are have quite the sights to see. I wager you would say much the same, no?
Huh, yeah, I guess so. And where are they?
Well, anywho, I think I'll be taking my leave.
Take that! Eek, hey, quit it!
Spectacular. Yep, I think seeing these wondrous sights has tacked on a good 20 years to my lifespan.
You're so freaking jealous. I need to be like that when I'm old. Keep spiking your blood pressure like that, and you might not even make it there. Rufus, Kevin, something the matter? Not at all. Let's be on our way, shall we? Yeah, guess we'll just have to let it go for now. Who would have thought there'd be a paradise like this right smack in the middle of a desert? Maybe I should take the opportunity to say hi to the young ladies. I can't believe I'd find them in a place like this. Vegas Films invited me for something related to a film I appeared in before. I couldn't stay in this hotel since I'm just a second-rate actress. but apparently I can put down the pool as a business expense. Whew, I feel restored. Though I do feel a little nervous. I'm surrounded by nothing but rich people. Man, I hope we can finally reach the big time. I haven't gotten any auditions lately. Hopefully I'll find something in Tharbad that'll lead to the next step in my career.
How about a shard search?
Okay, Grim Token.
Come out wherever you are.
Al-Jumeirah Hotel is a 6-star hotel, the highest grade in the continent. We host a variety of events. Why, tomorrow we have a film-related affair. And the day after that, we schedule a ceremony to watch the space program's finale. You're all cordially invited to join us if you so desire. Welcome, are you looking to book a room for the night? Our rooms are limited this time of year due to the crowd, but... even if you did have rooms, we wouldn't be able to stay here anyway. But we can still eat at the restaurant, right? Yes, of course, I can show you the way if you like. No, I mean, we literally just ate. Let's just take a look around. Poor lady looks like she's losing her patience. Seems like there's more discussing than you think. Even those who aren't staying with us are welcome to visit the restaurant pool. We also offer a variety of other services, so please feel free to ask if you're interested. I never imagined we worked together to develop the Elsheim-Valis trade route. That's my line, Dahar. No matter how influential and noble you may be in Elsheim, it's my territory and mine's on the line, so I won't let you just do as you please. I'll make sure the date we agreed on. Yes, of course. I'll have you know the Grand Prince himself put in a good word for us. There's no need to delay the schedule with false accusations. Damn you, Bashar. You're only the perfect intermediary because of your close ties with Valis. It's no surprise your skill, Dahar. You are my competition once, after all. But that doesn't mean I can stomach your company. Dahar and I have competed together countless times, so I know he's an obstinate man. But that's also why I know I can put my trust in him. I'll cooperate. We could lose money if the schedule is pushed back, and hamper our relationship with Valis. I need this guy to work hard for my investment in my business. Patriarch Bashar made a pact with Elsheim even while holding sway over Valis. I would never admit it, but he might just be the perfect intermediary for his project. He did come with His Highness's recommendation, so I suppose I can work with him for now. At any rate, where did Kalia go? She always seems to disappear when I meet with Bashar. I know the business side of things bores her, but I should warn her against wandering too far.
Let's do a search.
We offer our best-in-class fine dining experience. You joined us yesterday, didn't you? How did you find the flavors of our multi-course meal? It was delicious, but all of that build-up was cruel. Come on, don't take it out on the hotel staff. Feels like we've gone full circle from positive reception to negative. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I can help you if you like to order something. I tend to bar by night too. If you're ever in the mood for finest quality cocktails, feel free to stop by for a drink. Our fires are always feuding. Maybe that's why they're always on the same wavelength. Maybe it's thanks to your influence, Munt. No, wait, it's because you helped me, Kalia, even laying the groundwork within the Principality. Besides, when you think about it, we've got to help our dads out. You're right, both of our families will benefit if the trade route is developed. Exactly, I mean, it's important that we can join forces in the future. Man, I still can't tell her after all, I really thought I was finally gonna say it. Munt and I talk all the time, now that we both have T-phones. I'm glad our strategy of helping our feuding fires get along has been going well, for all shakes. Sometimes I do have to wonder what Munt keeps trying to hint at. Makes me curious. Though neighbors, my family, and Kalia's family, the Dahars, haven't gotten along for a long time. I knew a shower would be cast on our future together, so I worked out a plan. But how do I put it? Kalia is, well, a straightforward and virtuous person. There are definitely positive traits, but they're making it hard for me to get through to her.
What's it got for us?
Crème de la Crème sweets. In the past, Tharbad had this mouth-wateringly delicious sweet treat, but it disappeared a long time ago. I'd really like to see it come back to somehow. Would you be willing to help? I'll be waiting at the ice cream stand in front of the station. Bilica. This is the same deal as when we were substitute brigands. We'll check the bulletin board for notes with the Sports PG symbol. When we first started doing this, I thought, this is a total drag and way too much of a time sink, but it turns out it's pretty efficient. It certainly is. I only got to see them in action for a little while, but this seems to be the way fixers operate. You and Rufus want to do things in a similar vein to them, right, Kevin? That's the plan. Guessing you got familiar with Arkride Solutions methods when they were looking after you for a bit. Anyway, looks like we already got a Parse VG. I know we spread word that Spriggan was in town, but I didn't think it'd trouble this fast. That was his previous excursion to the city bore some influence to that end. But I'll admit, the man has surpassed my expectations. Guess this will save us the trouble of having to get in good with the locals. Playing Spriggan has its perks, it turns out. Right then, everyone ready to get to work? Welcome, care for some pistachio ice cream? I made the way Westerners do, with milk. Tharbadi camel's milk, specifically. Ooh, consider my interest thoroughly piqued. I say it passes a visual inspection too. Alright, well, take the whole... Hold it right there, kills. You guys eat any more and you'll end up losing your breakfast and your second breakfast. Besides, isn't this the lady who posted that for SVG on the bulletin board? Wait a second, are you saying you're... The fixers reporting for duty. We're here to help. We're taking up for SVGs on behalf of Arkride Solutions. That being said, though, it doesn't really feel like this request would require a Spriggan. What are you talking about? A lost Tharbad specialty. I mean, it doesn't sound like a complicated matter. I don't know what does. I'm kind of curious about this dessert she mentioned too. Why don't we at least hear her out? Never met two people so devoted to their stomachs. Well, I suppose it would prove useful to widen your net here. Given that we are meant to be gathering information. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cause you all any trouble or anything. It's just the mystery's been nagging at me for a while, so I finally decided to give in and put up a request. Alright, for now, why don't you just give us a rundown? Of course, let's see. About 15 years ago, there was a stall in Tharbad that sold the most delicious dessert. It had this perfectly flaky dough that was filled with this delicious red bean paste, and they served it with ice cream too. I only had it once, but to this day, I still can't get a taste out of my head. Gulp. But because I was so low when I ate it, all my memories about the details were pretty hazy. I think it was an old lady who manned the stall, but at some point she just stopped setting up shop in the area. But I'd like to see the dessert make a comeback in Tharbad. It'd be a shame to let it be lost to history, you know? So can you help me? Except... Law only, huh? Doesn't really sound like we've got much to go off of here, but... What the heck, we've got two Rugrats up for jobs, and who am I to tell them no? We'll have that dessert back in no time. But on one condition. Condition? Oh, what's that, LP? If you do manage to recreate the dessert as a reward, we want 10. No, 100. You try and put the woman out of business? That would be able to make 100 of them, but I would like to sell them at my stand. If we can figure out how to make them, that is. But seeing as I'll probably need to make a test batch before I take any money for them, why don't we share a few then? You got yourself a deal. Indeed, now as for possible leads. Right, I've tried asking my parents, friends, distant acquaintances, but nobody has a single clue on where to start looking. Kinda sounds like old Granny Goodies was a cryptid or something. But if this dessert really was as delicious as you say it was, there's gotta be someone else who remembers it, right? From what you've told us so far, it sounds like it was a pretty high-end treat. So how about we try tackling it from that angle? A high-end treat, huh? Well, there's one place that knows high-end. It would be the hotel we were too poor to stay at. Shall we make our way over now then? Good luck, and remember, I'm counting on you.
We'll sort this forest PG out in no time.
Stop on by!
Got a moment?
The dessert that existed about 15 years ago. Well, you know something? You do, don't you? You stick to using that mouth for chewing and chewing only, alright? Sorry, but I am actually familiar with what you're referring to. It was a favorite of the locals back in the day. That being said, though, seeing as I only came to Tharbad around 5 years ago... Oh. Sounds like you're still pretty familiar with the dessert regardless. Think you could give us an idea of what we should be looking for? Well, according to people who have tried it, its most distinctive feature seems to be the texture given to it by crisp, thin strings of dough. I imagine it must be similar to the dessert that originated in Elsheim, Nafe. However, I've never heard of Nafe being served in a rolled shape. It makes me wonder if that was someone's unique take on a dish. The recipe this old woman of ours may have modified then. And seeing as it would have been based on a Central Eastern dessert, it makes sense that the locals would be so fond of it. Yeah, but if it looked different, no wonder it had our client confused. So our hunch about it being a high-end Central Eastern dessert was correct then. Right? I'd like to try asking someone who's actually tasted it, but... Yeah, alright, let's go see if we can find anyone who's eaten this thing.
Excuse me?
A fabled luxury dessert, you say, and you're asking if I've eaten it? What a silly question. Listen well, common folk, there's only one thing that would fit the bill. Oh, have we finally hit the jackpot? What did it taste like? Come on, tell us. If there was a dish in this world that's been referred to as high-end, I assure you I've almost certainly eaten it. The young master has a weakness for sweets, you see, particularly desserts. You didn't need to know that, Hardy. Anyway, I was 7 when I first tasted it. Now remember the experience until the day I die. Pistachios and raw cocoa mixed with red bean paste, and wrapped it up in rolls of flaky dough. And man, those subtle citrusy notes in the ice cream that came with it. Secret ingredient. Secret ingredient. That was dried lemon, no doubt. Drool. Damn, that really does sound good. We happen to know who was selling it. Selling it? I think there's been some sort of misunderstanding here. Huh? What does that mean? The dessert the young master was speaking of is one that was served at a temple in the cultural district on a national holiday. When he visited a prey, he simply happened to come across someone handing it out to the public. He was determined to have some, no matter the cost. Well, can you blame me? It wasn't just tasty, it was pretty too. It's a shame they haven't served it since. Oh, but that reminds me, I believe it was being sold at a street stall for some time as well. Are you serious? And you didn't tell me. I'll buy your whole business, stall and all. Unfortunately, young master, they seem to have gotten out of business years ago. What? Why? Oh, he actually looks pretty hurt about the whole thing. I feel kind of bad for the guy. Well, in any case, it seems we found our next lead, no? Right, to the temple.
A moment of your time.
The dessert we serve at the temple. Well, yes, the Central East temples do have a custom of serving sweets on national holidays. We offer a variety every year, but I believe the one you're looking for in particular is Kamar Nafe. Kamar Nafe? We found it last, LP. Finally, so it's super delicious, right? It is indeed. We last served it at our temple about 15 years ago, but apparently someone opened up a food stall for it right after. They saw how popular it was, I suppose, and felt the need to meet demand. Well, that lines up with everything we've heard so far. We happen to be familiar with the person capable of making this dessert? Well, I only met her, really, and that was 15 years ago. Her name was Rafia. Far Mukhtar, you two were acquainted. Indeed, we were friends, in fact. She was a relative of the Hilal Tavern Inn's owner, and though she didn't live in Tharbad, she often visited our temple to pray. She tended to come on holidays in particular, so she could offer her sweets to the people of the city. I see. Her age necessitated she retired from her culinary pursuits, however, and for some reason she decided to leave her nafe recipe to me, but you see, there seems to be a secret technique to rolling the dough that, despite my best efforts, I've been wholly unable to reproduce. If you're interested, I wouldn't mind showing you all this recipe card. You'll likely be able to do more of it than I ever could. Oh yes, please. After Vicar browsed the recipe, Kevin quickly copied it down. Man, 15 years ago, huh? Imagine Tharbad's changed a heck of a lot since then. Heard that was around the time the city was experiencing some serious growth too. Correct, that was when the entertainment district was established, which, given its nature, created friction with their cultural district. Actually, it was that very tension that Rafia was hoping to relieve with her nafe. Huh, maybe eating some could help us too. Complicated matters related to the fabled dessert, eh? It would seem Nadia was correct in her assumption after all. Wait, what are we talking about? Come on guys, time to head on over to our final destination. Hilal Tavern Inn. Only then will this dessert's true form be revealed. Yeah, we're coming.
Let me ask you this.
Did you say Kamar Nafe? Well, of course I know what that is. After all, Rafia's my auntie. Your auntie? Well, I guess we did hear she was a relative of yours. So you can trace our family line back to the times of the nomadic desert tribes. We settled here in Tharbad when it was still a small oasis town, but Auntie Rafia chose to remain nomad. That being said though, she made plenty of sure to visit us whenever she was in the area. After all, she was still family, you know? Every time she came to town, she'd make her nafe, and I'd be right there giving her a helping hand. Assuming she passed away 15 years ago. That's why it was lost to history. So she's gone. But if you helped her make it in the past. That's right, got all the tricks to it down pat. Never learned the whole recipe, admittedly, but you said you picked it up at the temple, right? In that case, I should be able to recreate it, maybe even to a T. Really? Woohoo, we'll finally be able to eat the long-lost dessert of legend. Huh, such enthusiasm. My auntie would have loved to hear it. Do you want to help make it as well? Well, seeing as our client did promise we could temple or test batch, the least we could do is help with some of the prep. Honestly, this whole mystery process thing has got me kind of curious anyway. After summoning Philika to Hilal Tavern Inn, Hala taught her the special nafe needs trick. Then, upon mastering the basics, she began her attempt at making the fabled dessert, Kamar Nafe. And finished. Wow, it's so pretty. And the aroma, I can't get enough. Is this real? Am I actually getting the chance to eat the dessert of my dreams once more? You're crying before even taking the first bite. That's a bit much, don't you think? We've practically taken over the whole tavern. Won't this be an issue for Hala's business? Well, given that she went to all the trouble of helping us, we should partake as well. So our efforts don't go to waste, of course. Nom. Whoa, these flavors are out of this world. I heard it was good, obviously, but the flavor, the aroma, the texture, they really are in perfect harmony. I don't even know what to say. It's just amazing. Indeed, I can tell great care went into its creation. It's best suited to the summer, I imagine. The heat adds an interesting component to experience. Fascinating. This truly is a Tharbadi specialty. We need to buy this recipe. Definitely worth all the... Oh, more please. What? You've already had 5. That should be plenty, young lady. Huh, that taste is so nostalgic I'm almost fainted, but... It feels like these girls are enjoying it more than I am. Thus, Kamar Nafa, the once lost Tharbadi specialty, was successfully brought back to sea. After receiving permission from proprietress Hala, Felica even added as a special menu item at her stall. However, when Nadia decided to also thoughtfully send Van a report on an incident, he replied with a long bird message that, for propriety's sake, will be summed up with his primary sentiment. Wish I could have had some too.
Passing marks, I suppose.
Are just rewards.
Bring back Rafia's Nafa has been such a joy. Do you know that Kamar means moon? In the Central East, it's used to describe something elegant and mystical. It's a perfect name for an extra special dessert. If you like, I hope you'll tell all your friends about it. I started selling Kamar Nafa as soon as I opened, and it's going like hotcakes. At this rate, it really could become a local specialty. Alright, I've got to do what I can to expand the market.
What can I get for you? Thanks a bunch.
Thanks for the grub.
I'll send this review to Van.
This treat's status as a legend is well deserved. The ritzy, sweeping paste, softened dough, and side of ice cream combined to form the ultimate flavor. I could eat 100. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.